Don't you just love Saturday nights? All those years of training to deal with a guy who's caught himself in a zip?
Well, I've just picked up a patient with temporal arteritis.
I don't do high fives. Now that's unprofessional.
What do you mean? I'm on top of my game.
Right, this is Ella. A friend says she's 19 years old.
In 4 years' time, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but she might be drunk. She's one of the pedestrians involved in the RTC. There's no obvious external injuries, but it's unclear whether the car hit her. She was unconscious at the scene and has been arousable throughout. Her BP is 110/60.
Ella, can you hear me? Okay, quickly, everyone. We need to roll her. She's going to be sick. Okay, we all got some? Yeah. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, down.
Great. I went through a whole year without that happening.
Can someone get Zoe, please? Now?
Yeah.
Stop it. What? Look at me with that expression. What are you talking about? It's like a mixture between pity and pain. Stop it!
Okay, look, Zoe. I've been offered another job.
What?
What are you doing walking around covered in puke?
Dr. Ashford needs you in resource.
Okay.
Like, now?
Her GCS is still technically 10, but there's no evidence of trauma and she reeks of alcohol. I'm giving her a litre of dextrose saline.
I want her fully assessed and a head CT.
I'm sure she's just extremely drunk.
Oh, it smells like a brewery in here.
We've got this.
Excuse me?
I want someone to tell me what's going on.
It sounds like they could use you over there.
Sorry about that.
Could you go and help Dr. Nicholls, please? I couldn't live with myself if I missed anything, and I know you won't. It's my daughter.
I want someone to get me a mirror.
Okay, we're trying to protect your neck, so you really shouldn't move.
What's her name?
Angie Taylor, she's 19. She was the other pedestrian, the one knocked down by the police car.
Took the hit for your friend.
She's not...
She has a deep facial laceration, not KO'd. GCS 15 throughout. No neck pain and obs are fine. Pulse 78, resps 20, BP's 120/80, and temperature's 36.5.
It feels like one side of my face is hanging off.
Are you in any pain?
Of course I'm in pain. I just want to know if it looks as bad as it feels.
What pain relief has she had?
10 of morphine.
Okay, well, let's give her another 5. Listen to me, Angie. The wound on your face isn't going to kill you. Right now, we need to prioritise making sure you haven't sustained any more serious injuries. So we're going to give you some morphine, take the pain away, but I really need you to stay calm for me.
Sorry. I'm just scared. I can't even visit people in hospital. I hate the smell, all the equipment. Being stuck on a bed with a whole bunch of strangers prodding at you is just like my biggest nightmare.
I know it's horrible, but they're just trying to do the best for you, even if it don't feel like it.
I was meant to be going to the cinema.
What happened?
Ella told me they were looking for promo girls at the club.
Is that what you do?
I did a season in Malia.
Good news, your x-rays have come back and you're all clear.
Can you get me out of this thing?
Absolutely, then we'll move you to cubicles. Angie, how much have you had to drink tonight?
A couple of vodkas.
Bottles or measures?
She was going for an interview.
10 o'clock a night in a club. What about your friend? Was she going for the interview too?
She's not really a friend. We just waitress together.
Okay. Did you tell the paramedics she was 19?
She's all right, isn't she?
She'll live. Do you know how much Ella had to drink?
I've got no idea. I just found her slumped in the corner. I was trying to get her home. We were crossing the road, but she was like a dead weight. That's when the police car hit me.
Okay, let's get her into the cubicle. Can I get some gloves, please, Robin?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at the damage. Thank you. Take a corner each and peel the bandage off nice and slowly. Okay?
Oh, it's really bad, isn't it?
No, Angie, it will look a whole lot better once I've cleaned it up.
Oh, God.
Close that curtain for me.
Oh, no.
Sort me out, please.
Well, she gave the VIP treatment.
It's his daughter.
Ah, well, that's a vote of confidence. I'm not good enough to treat his relatives.
I think he was just a bit embarrassed.
I don't think he was embarrassed.
Apparently, all her clothes are still wet from lying on the pavement.
Oh, well, if she needs some clothes, there's always the tramp box.
Yeah, right. Her friend's bringing some in.
It's 2:30 in the morning.
They're going to drop them off on the way to work.
Hang on, is Ella staying in?
Obviously for Rob's.
Looks like someone's got Daddy well trained.
Doesn't it just?
I want a mirror.
There's no point in looking in a mirror, because it won't look like this for much longer.
I want a mirror.
Well, I can take a picture, and you can look at it later.
Oh, my God.
When I said pop in, I meant an appropriate moment.
I look like something from a horror film, don't I?
It won't look like this once I've finished.
What about the promo work?
It's really not helping.
There was no promo work.
But the manager said...
No, he didn't. I sat in that office for an hour like an idiot. And when he finally turned up, he didn't have the first clue what I was talking about. Face it, Ella. You just wanted me to get you and your mates through the door.
Listen to me, Angie. Your career options would be a lot more limited if you'd broken your spine or suffered a brain injury, both of which could have happened tonight. You've been very, very lucky.
Well, I don't feel lucky.
Or maybe you should take a step back.
Would you like a great big scar across your face?
We've got a window of opportunity before the anaesthetic wears off to get this done. So if you'd be so kind...
Don't.
Excuse me?
You obviously think I'm some worthless drunken bint, so just don't bother.
I'm gonna go and get my dad.
Ella, that really isn't necessary. I'm serious, why would anyone want kids?
Deep breaths.
I mean, when did teenage girls become such nightmares?
Because you were all sweetness and light at that age.
I split my time between Duke of Edinburgh and Army Cadets.
Wow. I bet everyone wanted to be in your gang.
Well, obviously, Ella feels...
Angie Taylor, what's going on?
Oh, well, she's clearly got a problem with me. She's refusing treatment.
I don't mean to tread on any toes. Angie's petrified. She needs reassurance.
Well, Robin, if you want to go on in there and try and talk her around, that's fine by me.
From you. You're the one that's fixing her face. Her injuries might not be life-threatening, but the scar on her face, it's gonna change her life. Even if it's just the way she feels about herself. Just don't think that's been acknowledged.
Robin, I'm sure Sam's done everything she can to put the patient's mind at ease.
I think you've been a bit throwaway.
That's not helpful, Robin.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
Why don't you go back to Angie? There's her file. Nothing like being told how to do your job by a nurse who's only been qualified for all of 6 hours.
Especially when they're right.
See? You wouldn't want some ham-fisted bloke doing this, would you?
Right now, I wouldn't care if somebody came at me with a staple gun. Complete the Frankenstein look.
You don't mean that, Ange. You need someone who's steady-handed, perfectionist, particular eye to detail, and
You're making me sound like a madwoman, Robin. Okay, are you sure the local anaesthetic's still working?
Not as much, but I just want it done.
Oh, you're being really brave. And more importantly, you're being really still.
it's looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, right.
There's a very expensive cream I can get for you.
How expensive?
Oh, it'll cost NHS a fortune, but you'll be able to get it for the price of a prescription. And if you apply it twice a day, it may reduce the size of the scar.
I'm still going to be disfigured.
Disfigured's a pretty strong word. But if you're asking me, will the scar go completely, I'll have to say no. If you'd like to look in the mirror, now's the time.
Is that it? Is that what everyone's been freaking out about?
An hour ago, it looked like something out of a butcher's window. You should have taken that photo.
What did I say? It wouldn't look like that once I'd finished.
I didn't believe you. Cheers, mate.
Oh, I don't really. My pleasure.
Readmission of female infant, temperature 14, non-blanching rash, face, arms and torso. 300 milligrams of benzylpenicillin given at scene. Floppy, barely rousable. She went into respiratory arrest on the way in.
Readmitted from when?
Earlier this evening, I believe.
What's happened?
It's sounding like meningococcal sepsis.
That's not possible.
You said she was fine.
She was.
Okay, can we get someone from PICU down here, please? Keep ventilating and set up for an
Gives my
RSI.
access, need 10 milligrams of ketamine. Tennis sucks.
What's happening?
We're going to send her off to sleep so we can breathe for her.
Is it meningitis?
There's a non-blanching rash, so we're going to start treating her for that, yes.
Let's get a line in.
I need plenty of fluid boluses, please. 20 mils per kilo.
I don't want you anywhere near my child.
I don't want anyone else in here. Please, sir, can you step outside?
She's my daughter.
Thompson, we're doing everything we can to look after your child.
Yeah, now you are.
Tom, it might be easier if you weren't here.
What?
But I've got this. Just get him out of here. Just go.
BP is 61/30.
Vasodilation. That's the sepsis taking hold.
I seen her in triage around midnight. She had a rash on her cheeks, but her body was clear.
So what did Tom say?
Minor respiratory infection. Gave her paracetamol, temperature came right down.
Did he give a thorough examination?
Yeah, head to toe. There was no sign.
He didn't take bloods, even though I asked him to.
There was no indication at the time that bloods were needed.
But if he'd taken bloods, it would have shown up, wouldn't it?
There was no reason for Dr. Kent to do them.
That's not what I asked.
You may...
They're moving Tanya to PQ now. Once she's all settled in, you'll be able to go and see her.
How is she?
She's beginning to stabilise, but she's still very poorly. I'm afraid it's still just a question of wait and see. Someone will come and fetch you shortly.
We'll get through this. We just have to be strong.
I told you she was ill.
The peds team think we may have called her just in time.
No thanks to me.
I would have made the same diagnosis.
You know what really worries me? The fact that the mother was so anxious made me more convinced that I was right. You hear about doctors thinking they know best, but you never think it's going to happen to you.
Don't snap out of it. You are unlucky. It happens.
I want a proper opportunity to explain myself.
Well, then you run the risk of looking like you're admitting negligence.
Maybe I am.
No, that's just self-indulgent.
Call it what you like.